Okay, so now we are going to do a little bit of problem solving. So I am going to put on the table the start of a pattern, okay? I'm going to have this shape here, then this shape, then this shape, then this shape. Okay, so let's have a look at what shapes we've got here. Well, we've got our rectangle, we've got the hexagon that we saw earlier, we've got the oval, and then we've got another rectangle. Now, my question, my problem-solving question is, in this pattern, if I continue this pattern, what will be the 8th shape? So far we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 shapes. Now we need to keep continuing this pattern until we have 8 shapes in our pattern. So let's have a look what we've got so far. Well, we've got the green rectangle, the hexagon, the yellow oval, the green rectangle. So we've got rectangle, hexagon, oval, rectangle. What's going to be next? Well, look, after this green rectangle, we had the hexagon, didn't we? So therefore, after this green rectangle, we are going to need another hexagon. Okay, so now how many shapes have we got? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got 5 shapes, but we need 8. So let's keep going. So rectangle, hexagon, oval, rectangle, hexagon. What comes next? Oh, yes, look, after this hexagon, we had an oval. So after this hexagon, we're going to need an oval too, aren't we? So there's our next oval. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shapes in our pattern, but we still need 8 shapes. We need to know what the 8th shape will be. So we need to add a couple more shapes to our pattern, don't we? Okay, so what will come after the oval? Well, we have rectangle, hexagon, oval, rectangle, hexagon, oval. Well, what came after this oval here? Well, it was the green rectangle, wasn't it? So therefore, we are going to need a green rectangle after our oval there. Now, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7 shapes here, okay? And we need 8. So how many more shapes are we going to have to add to our pattern? Well, if we have 7, we're going to have to add 1 more shape to make it 8, aren't we? So what shape are we going to need? Well, we have the green rectangle here. And we have a green rectangle here and a green rectangle here. Now, what came after these 2 green rectangles? Well, yes, look, we have rectangle, hexagon, rectangle, hexagon. So therefore, we're going to need another hexagon after our green rectangle. So therefore, Yetu, what is the 8th shape in our pattern? Well, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have the hexagon as our last shape in our pattern, the 8th shape in our pattern. Okay, now I've got one for you to do. Okay, so let's have a look at the pattern that I'm going to give you. Well, you're going to start with this shape, and then you're going to have this shape here. Then you're going to have this shape, and then you're going to have this shape. Okay, so we have a rectangle. Now, what type of shape is this here too? It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's got 6 sides. Yes, it's a hexagon, isn't it? Remember, there's an X in 6 and there's an X in hexagon. And then we have this yellow shape here. Now, this shape has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides. So what type of shape is this? Well, yes, it's a pentagon, isn't it? So we've got rectangle, hexagon, pentagon, rectangle. Okay, now I would like you to work out what will be the 7th shape in our pattern. What will be shape number 7 if we keep going with this pattern? Now you will find these shapes again on your resource 1. Okay, you can cut them out and you can make the pattern yourself, or if you would just like to continue drawing the pattern, that is also fine. So pause the video now and have a go. Okay, Yetu. So here we have 4 shapes, don't we? 1, 2, 3, 4. And I asked you for the 7th shape in this pattern. So let's continue our pattern. Now we have rectangle, hexagon, pentagon, rectangle. What comes next? Well, what came after our blue rectangle here? Well, yes, look, it was our hexagon, wasn't it? So after this blue rectangle, we're also going to need a hexagon. There we go, there's our hexagon. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 shapes and we need seven shapes. We need to know the 7th shape in our pattern. So we're going to have to keep going, aren't we? So we have rectangle, hexagon, pentagon, rectangle, hexagon. What's next? Well, if we look after this green hexagon here, what did we have? We had the yellow pentagon. So after this green hexagon here, we're also going to need a yellow pentagon. Okay, now what comes after the yellow pentagon? Well, we have 1. Let's just check. We need more shapes first. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And how many shapes did we need? Well, we needed to know the 7th shape. So how many more shapes will we need? We will need 1 more shape. So if we have a pentagon here and a pentagon here, and the pattern goes rectangle, hexagon, pentagon, rectangle, hexagon, pentagon, then we're going to need another rectangle, because look, after this pentagon here, we have a blue rectangle, and so after this pentagon here, we are also going to need a blue rectangle. So well done if you got those right. Now we are going to have a look at another type of problem solving question. So this time, rather than us trying to find out what the 7th or the 8th or the 6th shape will be in our pattern, we have got a pattern, but it is missing a shape. Okay, so we have got this shape, then 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 this shape. Okay, now here we have a pattern. We have got, starting from here, sorry, they're a bit curled up at the sides, we have got a blue square across a triangle, a blue square across, a blue square across. Now, I have got a missing shape in my pattern. Now, my missing shape needs to go here, doesn't it? Now, what is my missing shape? Well, let's have a look. We've got a blue square, a yellow cross, and a triangle. And then our pattern starts again. So every time we need to make sure that we're repeating blue square, cross, triangle. Okay, so here we have got blue square, cross, and then it's our missing shape. So if this is a blue square, cross, triangle, what shape is missing here if we've got blue square, cross? Ah, yes, it's going to be our triangle, isn't it? So there we go, we can fill that in and we have sorted out our missing shape. So now let's check that our pattern's correct. We've got blue square, cross, triangle, blue square, cross, triangle, blue square, cross. Ah, yes, we've got all of our shapes that we need in our pattern. Now, here's a bit of a challenge here too. What will be the shape that comes next in our pattern after this yellow cross? Well, let's have a look. We've got blue square, cross, triangle, blue square, cross, triangle, blue square, cross. Yes, it will be a green triangle again, won't it? Fantastic, well done. Well, now it is your turn to have a look at a pattern. Okay, let me get your pattern. Okay, so your pattern goes this shape. Move them across. This is quite a long pattern that you've got. Are we going to fit it all in? Okay, If I move it backwards, you might be able to fit it all in. Ah, yes, then we can put that there. Okay, so here is your pattern. If I move the screen up a little bit, you'll be able to see it better. So we're starting from here and we go whoop, down the rows. Okay, so let's have a look at the first couple of shapes in your pattern. Well, we've got an oval, we've got another oval, then we have a blue rectangle, then we have a red circle. So oval, oval, rectangle, circle. Now, what shape is missing in this pattern? So we've got oval, oval, rectangle, circle, oval, oval, rectangle, circle, oval, rectangle. What shape are we missing here? Could you pause the video and have a think for me? Okay, Yetu, so let's have a look together. Well, we've got oval, oval, rectangle, circle. And then we have got oval, oval, rectangle, circle. So we have repeated the first part of our pattern, which was oval, oval, rectangle, circle, oval, oval, rectangle, circle. Then here we have got oval, rectangle. Now, what did we have after the red circle here? Well, we had an oval, didn't we? And what did we have after that oval? Well, we had another oval. So what shape are we missing between the oval and the rectangle? So the oval and the rectangle here, what shape do we have in between? Oh, yes, we have another oval, don't we? So it was an oval that was missing from our pattern. So there we go. Let's check now to see if we're correct. We've got oval, oval, rectangle, circle, oval, oval, rectangle, circle, oval, oval, rectangle. So yes, we have completed our pattern. Now another challenge here too. What shape would we need here? Well, after this rectangle, we have a red circle. After this rectangle, we have a red circle. So to finish our pattern off, we'd need, after this blue rectangle, we'd need another red circle. Fantastic. Well done if you got that correct. So now I would like you to have a go at your two worksheets. So you have your first worksheet, which is Year 2 Maths, 1st of March, Resource 2. And then you have your problem solving worksheet, which is called Year 2 Maths, 1st of March, Resource 3. Okay, so if you could go and do those worksheets now, that would be fantastic. Well, have a lovely rest of your day, Year 2, and I will see you in our next maths lesson. Bye.